Howdy banger pals, Blayne Smith welcoming you to another Overkill Reviews, and this week I'm reviewing a record that I was gonna be reviewing one way or another. Hooray, it's finally out. It's the new album from Worm called Necropalace. Comes out today, February 13th on Century Media Records. I've been a massive Worm cheerleader for years now. I've been a Worm fan for so long, I have merch with 3 different eras of Worm logo on it. And I'm not counting that I have a dog named Worm. What originally started as a one Florida man-based spooky death doom band has now morphed into a pretty grand symphonic bunch of stuff going on. Back in 2021, Quebecois guitar god Phil Tugas joined up with Worm, and this is his first full lengths in the gang. So let us find out what happens when you mix Florida man and Quebecois man. An alligator stripper covered in gravy and cheese curds, I'm sure. It might seem at first glance like this is a symphonic black metal project. It certainly looks like one from the spectacular album cover by legend Andreas Marschall, to the videos, to, yes, some of the sound. But despite being 2 guys, the range of backgrounds being drawn in here makes it way more than that. The Worm himself, Phantom Slaughter, has had a pretty wide range of sounds within this project, from bedroom black metal to really swampy Florida death doom. Worm has never really stuck to a style for very long, but every time he's moved on, he's retained a bit of each previous record. This is a culmination of years type of thing. As a side note, while this might be my favorite logo, I really enjoy that he's changed up the logo every time it feels like it no longer fits the project. I think logos and album covers are almost as important as the music itself. From doing my Sunday show, because as a reminder, I look up every metal album coming out 1 month in the future, twitch.tv/metalcomedy, Sundays, 4 p.m. Eastern time. I can almost always tell what a band is going to sound like and their quality from the way they pay attention to these things. And hey, Worm, can we do wear sweatpants? I know you've done sweatpants before, but unfortunately I blew both the dick and the ass out of mine. I can't wear those in public. That hole is right. That'll get me arrested. I'll get in trouble for that. And this is all before we even get to Phil. I think he has a project that plays some of every metal style, and to get that, we only need to count Exil and Zakrides. Conveniently, those are his 2 most recent releases, so it seems like he's in the headspace of smash and grab from every style, so he slots into Worm effortlessly. The symphonics are certainly symphonic-y, but if you listen to what's actually being played under there is so much going on. Like, in under 40 seconds of Halls of Weeping, they give us dungeon synth, heavy metal, and death doom, which is 2 genres in and of itself. Speaking of Phil, homie gotta get his own damn section because he keeps doing surprise releases and I don't get to talk about him or give him any credit. For my money, Phil is one of the top 5 active guitar players in metal currently. Full stop. And I certainly put my money where my mouth is with regards to his projects, though I would like to more. Hey, Phil, can we get some more artwork shirts for your solo stuff? Like, can we get some excellence, some Creedy's like artwork shirts, not just the logo? Having heard him on a full length and having seen him live with Worm on the Halder Decibel tour back in 2024, I can say I don't know of a guy that could perform better here. As mentioned, his desire to mix styles makes him a perfect partner to Phantom Slaughter. Have I been saying Phantom Slaughter? I want to call you Phantom Slaughterer. Since neither of them is really fettered by convention, songs are all unpredictable epics. We're a minute and 32 into a 7-minute and 19-second track. Should we toss a solo before your solo at the 3-minute mark? Sure, why the hell not? It is the shortest song on the record, after all. He's bringing tech death ability, but with, better, hey, sorry, tech death guys, but y'all get so good at guitar you forget what sounds good. But if you're gonna play styles like heavy and doom, sounding good is basically all that matters, and we don't even care if you can play your instrument. And he smashes those style as well. Hey, let's check in with his third solo on the song I was just talking about. Okay, yeah, there is one guitar player I might prefer to be in Worm, and yes, it's Lassa. But very conveniently for me, I get a bit of Hooded Menace on here that I wanted more of on the last record, as at times I can bring in a bit of how Hooded Menace sounded on the Duran Duran cover. A song like Black Art has a death doom but gothy and a little catchy vibe, so hey, that really rules for me, and you might have heard a bit of it in that first clip I played too. Then the solos from The Night Has Fangs that I was just talking about, they have like a level of like whimsy, which feels a little silly to describe it that way, but I think a project like this is a balancing act that most bands get really wrong. Thankfully, it's heavier than most throughout because of the death doom background that's still contained in here, and Phil's death metal background. And at times, it's also a little more effortlessly light and like playful. Like if we're making a Halloween-ass Goblin record, it doesn't have to come off as a joke, but it should also still be fun. I think most bands aren't heavy enough or fun enough in the symphonic space, and this record is both. A song like Dragon Dreams is really long and heavy, but Phil is also ripping heavy metal guitar licks whenever he pleases. And sure, I can't do any sick guitar licks, but I can do a sick mention that we have a Patreon campaign where you can toss us a couple bucks. We can keep bringing you content, and I can review a Worm record instead of having a review. I don't know what kind of garbage is coming. Rob Zombie. Please, we need the money so I don't have to talk about Rob Zombie for clicks or sell you a VPN.
Cue the goth shit.
In case it's still not clear, I'm really trying to drive home the point that this is not just a symphonic black metal record. There are going to be Cradle of Filth comparisons, which I understand. Phantom Slaughter that loves Cradle of Filth and is channeling a bit of that energy, but he's channeling the energy and sort of like, this is Cradle of Filth if Cradle of Filth weren't so constantly embarrassing and paid their bandmates. Quick sidebar. I can't go the sidebar. In my last few videos, I've made fun of some of the richest, most successful bands in metal, and a very small percentage of you have seemingly taken that personally. Listen to what you want. I'm just a silly little guy, and at the end of the day, I'm happy if you're buying any records. I just like goofing around, but make a New Year's resolution. 2025 should be the year you stop riding dick that doesn't know you exist. And if you're thinking, Blayne, it's 2026, I know you should have already stopped doing this last year. Metallica sucks. Get over it. Or don't. Spend $24.99 on an HD audio copy of their show in Syracuse. Just let me have my little jokes. They're all I have. Besides my wonderful wife, adorable dogs, lovely home. But I only have those because of my goofs and I'm doing a review. We should probably get back to my review. What was I saying? Not just symphonic black metal. Part of this is because the album is handled by Mr. Super Producer himself, Arthur Risk. The keys sound dungeon synthy over symphonic. The music is vibrant and exciting, but still has that organic bite to it. This all prevents the sickly sweet, obnoxious Eurovision-ass sound that creeps into symphonic records and could ruin a great record like this had it been handled differently. For all that's going on, a lot of attention has been paid to making sure none of it is fatiguing to listen to. And again, I'm always rooting for the little guy. I think underground metal just sounds better. And this is a style that's so hard to do while being a strong underground act. It requires a lot of stuff, and to make it while still sounding like just like a killer hidden gem is just mwah, mwah. I love this record, and I don't know if I really like any symphonic black metal. There's so much going on here that pinning it down under one label is impossible. So it's really hard to latch onto anything to dislike, because while that's happening, there's also probably something going on that you do like. And if not, that might change in the next like 10 seconds, all while sounding coherent. That's no easy feat. This was my single most anticipated record, and it did not let me down. And we've already covered what a hate little bitch I am. So I do get picky even with my faves. This is exactly the quality of record I expect out of these guys. As always, it didn't like surprise me. I wasn't like, what the hell? So it does just miss that mythical 5, but that's about it. That's all that's missing. So let's get some 4.5 out of 5 skulls with some little vampire fangs dangling out there, because it's still got a vampire on the cover.
Gotcha.
So what did you think? How did Worm live up to your expectations? Are you as on the worm as I am? Let me know in the comments below. But it's not done. We have shoutouts. Another week of shoutouts. Some albums that I don't have time to cover, but you should still definitely check out. Somehow for the second week in a row that I'm covering like black metal records, I don't have any other black metal records coming out this week I like. I do have a Death Doom record in Fossilization, Advent of Wounds on Everlasting Spew that comes out February 13th, which is today. And then there's some straight up death metal in Slaughterday, Dread Emperor, Testimony Records, February 13th. Both those styles are on this album, so the shout outs still fit. That's been me. Hope you had a good time. See you on the next one, gang.